Hello and welcome to a new series of the SPAD.next What's New. This time we have version 0.6 with quite some improvements for the newly available registered version of SPAD.next. Yes, it's available now. So I will go through the features for the registered version. There are some minor tweaks and bug fixes for the public version, for the unregistered version, but not much change there apart from some configurations. All features of the registered version are available in the unregistered version. They will just not do anything. So if we go to our devices, this is an empty profile, by the way. I go to the radio panel because I can use the displays there. Let's say we want to bind this one to the altitude of the aircraft. And so I say light display is simulation data, and now I just have FSU IPC, and but I want to bind it to SimConnect. So as you can see here, SimConnect is currently disabled. I first have to enable it. I do this in the settings, going about this in a second. Go to application and enable my SimConnect connection. Configure it to use local running FSX, or I can say I want to connect via network and test the connection. So I select local running, say test connection, and there we are, works. So after changing this, save changes, and I need to restart my SPAD. Oops, gonna check that up soon before the release. And now we have SimConnect is connected and FSU IPC is connected. So what we do now is we go back to our devices, a radio panel, and configure the right display, simulation data, and now we have SimConnect as well, and we say we want aircraft position and speed, altitude. Right now the units are not configurable. It will be coming in the next days. Right now it's a default of FSX, which is feed in the most cases. Depends on your settings in the FSX P3D. So we say yes, save, and we get the warning. It's a registered only feature, so you can configure it, but SPAD will not use it. One change is that whenever you configure a new event that has not been configured before, it will be enabled automatically, because that led to a lot of confusions. So gonna show what's happening there in a second. So, and for the switch we have now some more values to select from. It's, of course, I can set an offset if it's supported, if it's a writable offset. Simulation control is the controls being able to control in SimConnect. I can select those, and save this and go to settings and enable the P3D as well. If you enable PMDG, SimConnect must be enabled, because PMDG is a SimConnect only feature. So we're gonna save it, close, yes, again. So we go back to the radio panel. Say we want to configure the short click of this one. Now in simulation data I have as well. Oh, it's a click offset, doesn't support it. Yeah, I have a control. That means I have my FSU IPC controls, and now I have the PMDG 737 and the 77 controls, which I could configure here as well. If I select one, I can select what I want to do, set on, set off, or any action. For the 737 NGX and this 777, I provide some default profile with some functions mapped. Opposed to FSU IPC, SimConnect works a little bit different. There is separation between the offsets you can read and the stuff you can send is always using a control in SimConnect. So we have here the play altitude, and still not working because I have an unregistered version and it's a registered feature. So we just make it working in a second. Another new feature is for the registered version, a keyboard will be sent to any window that is active when you press a button. So you can remote control Notepad if you like to. Virtual joystick buttons are currently bound to FSU IPC support. Going to add that to SimConnect support the next days. And there's a new feature, keyboard macro, where you can create a new macro. Let's add some pauses, and then we say we pause for 50 milliseconds, and then we want to press Ctrl A for 50 milliseconds, and we don't want to repeat it. And then we want to assign clear sign. I want to write hello. Repeat that 3 times for, let's say, 5. Oops. Okay, I need to fix that. We want to type hello for 500 milliseconds, and we have to repeat it 3 times. We'll select all text and then overwrite it with 3 times hello. Again, that's a registered only feature. Going to show that in a second. So to use that stuff, we need a registered version. So we go to settings, registration, and we get this activate license, get activation key. A new dialog pops up, and so if you purchase an activation key, just enter your data here that you got via email, your order ID, the email address, and the license key, and you can activate it then. To get an activation key, just click here and you will be forwarded to our checkout page. The license version or the registration key is 24.99 euros plus value-added tax where it's applicable. Details are on the checkout page. Just can open it. And on the real checkout page at Digistore 24, the VAT will be shown. What you can also do is, if you want to try first, you can request a trial key for your computer once. It will set SPAD.next to the registered operation for 5 days. without any drawbacks. After that 5 days, SPAD.neXt will return to unregistered operation. So we have to restart SPAD.neXt again. Here we go, and it says I have 4 days left for my registered version. So if I now go to the radio panel, and you see it's showing the offset, that's because, as always, I have my Bombardier loaded, and the autopilot is set to 11,000 feet right now. So now I could start up my notepad. Not that one. I want normal one. Some text in here, so we remember. So since this is a debug session, I'm gonna change the port a bit. We are waiting for almost 3 seconds, so I can switch to the notepad. Then the text will be selected and overwritten with 3 times hello. So it's a short click. So I activate my notepad, do a short click, and hopefully there it's selected and wrote 4 times hello. That's a little bug. Gonna fix that before release. So that's working for the macros. So now let's do something nifty. The right display here should show some simulation data from FSUI PC, and it shall show the strobe, lights strobe. Save. So that's the value for the light strobe. Let's grab my plane over here. Go to the strobe. There it is. So you can see the value changes. And now for that button, I want to change it via SimConnect. Do simulation control using SimConnect, aircraft lights. Where is my, and we use the strobes toggle. You can on, off, or set values, of course. So we toggle it, we don't need a value. Check. Let's save before we lose it. And pressing the button will change it immediately. Same applies basically for the PMGG. Let's see, left display, simulation data. I have the PMGG loaded right now, but I could here do an negotiator, and then which one do we need? Let's take the lights. Let's take that one. So we can bind that there's no value coming right now because no PMDG is loaded, but it works the same as for the SimConnect. You use the simulation data for querying data, and you can't use it on a display control, and you use simulation control for sending something to the simulation. The values you can set should be taken from the documentation of planes. Where it is not obvious, it has been added to the pop-ups. Let's see if I find one fast way where it is selected or where it is set. Don't know one of the things. Within the following weeks, I'm gonna make all this stuff human readable, so you know what you're doing, just like for SimConnect. So we have full PMDG, 737 NGX support. We have full 777 support. We have full SimConnect support for local and remote connections. We have keyboard support for other Windows than FSX. I know of some people using their panels to use them with Elite Dangerous, by the way, for example, or any other program you want to assign your panels to. Same applies. You can use a bib to show some stuff. So let's see, did I miss anything? So let's go about settings. You can enable the PMDG stuff. You can of course then disable the the FSU IPC connection if you don't have it installed. So we're gonna restart it. Now FSU IPC is disabled and there's no value coming anymore from the FSU IPC. So basically, with the registered version of FSGX SPAD.next, you can use it without even having FSU IPC installed. What's coming next is, of course, LWAS support for EGA2A airplanes. That's already in testing and should be released soon. And then, of course, the flight instrument panel support, which is pretty much, well, not done, but in a state where I say it's foreseeable that it will be released maybe within August, else after my vacation in September. So what did we change? What did we change? Settings. Okay, we reorganize that. Okay, gonna show the registration stuff again. So you get it here to activate get license. You can request a trial once for your computer for 5 days, no limitations. You can get the activation key again at 24.99 euros. If you're from the States, there's no tax coming to it. When you got the stuff, you enter your information from the email you got with your order ID, your email, and your license key, and press activate, and your copy will be activated. The copy is bound, or your license is bound to the computer you activated it from. So if you're moving computers or moving or changing components of your computer, you might need to reactivate your version. Be sure to deactivate it before you change any hardware. In an activated version, you will get a button to invalidate the version, the key, and as soon as it's invalidated, you can activate it using your license key from any computer you want. So you're free for that. That's pretty much it. Can't think of anything else we have changed. Let me click through it. We have the controls. Multi-panel. We fixed some bugs in the multi-panel. And switch panel. It's not configured right now on the bib. So no, that's all right now. Give the registered version a try if you like. Processing of license keys is available now, and if you have any problems, step by the forum at fsgs.com or write an email to support@fsgs.com. I'm gonna help you out if you have any problems. So that's all for now. See you next time.